Welcome back to Self-Built. Today, I'm showing you none other than another sweet cable anchor exercise you can do. We're doing legs today, and I'm going to show you two different hamstring exercises that feel really good and that will help you get better technique or just help you feel it in a different way. If you're just tuning in and new to the concept of cable anchors, check out my most recent videos. I've been posting a lot of different exercises you can do to really help spark some inspiration and some sweet ideas of what you can do with these. But let's jump into the first hamstring exercise. First exercise is standing hamstring curls. This has been a staple of mine and I've absolutely loved it because it's something you can get into quickly, change the weights, and it's very effective and it feels really nice. Playing with these cable anchors made me excited to see, does it feel different? Does it feel better? Does it feel worse? What's the deal? What's going on here? And today I tried it out. I've got my anchor set in the midpoint of my squat rack, so that way it's got a little bit more of an aggressive arc to it and it mimics the natural movement that my leg would be doing already. The only change I had to do for myself is my little ankle wraps is I added one extra carabiner to it just because it's a little bit higher than usually because this is holding it up the whole time. When you're hooking in, I'll just hook to the lowest point that I can and then I'll step away. I always like to brace myself, have something just to hold against. So I'll get some tension, I'll get the weight up in the air so I've got tension here already. And then all you do is just curl. And this just helps add a little extra stability. The thing that I really like is when you're typically doing curls like these, you're using your glutes to hold your leg back. But when you've got this is already giving you that perfect range of motion. So if you need to make any slight adjustments, you just adjust your stance a little bit. And that way it helps you just get that perfect arc that you're looking for. Then the other side, I'll just hook onto there. You could just use one stack or one side if that's what you got. But since I got two, I just like to play with both. Your first rep or two might be finding where to position your knee to get that swing on the same angle as this. But once you find it, it is really nice. I'll say as opposed to doing it without these, this gives you more stability and it helps you focus more on your hamstrings than when you don't have it. Is it an absolute necessity? No, but it's something fun to play with and it does make it a little bit different. I like that because it puts you in a certain track that you don't have a choice. Once you've got some slight tension on that anchor, you're just along for the ride. So all you have to do is just focus on squeeze, 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 and it's good. In the future, I'll go back and forth on both because I enjoy both of them, but this one does feel a little bit different than without it. So feels good enough for me, keep a little bit of variety, and that's what I'm all about. Now, let's jump into another one. Exercise number 2 for the hamburgerinos. I ditched my ankle attachments and I used a bar to connect both of these, to connect my cables together. I've kept the same anchor height, which is the middle of my squat rack, so it's got a pretty good arc. What we're doing are stiff-legged deadlifts, but these have a fun twist to it because you're gonna be getting held the whole time, so you don't have to worry about balancing. When you first start, I'll back up a little bit just so it gets into that more arc motion. And then once you find that sweet spot, all you do is just focus on using your hamstrings to get you up. And then just slowly let them stretch as you're going down. And it's kind of funny because you're at an angle, but you don't have to worry about falling over because the straps are holding you up. And with the straps being in a fixed motion and not having to balance, it helps you focus more on your hamstrings. Just get a little bit more contraction. I do feel a tiny bit more emphasis on the lower half portion. So when you're going up about here, it's not quite as hard, but it still feels really good. Not gonna lie, but if you're wanting to focus primarily on the bottom half motion, this could be a great one for you. And I'm just kind of using my arms to push down a little bit just to make sure that I'm not getting any slack and getting constant support the whole time. Whew. Oof. Then when you're done, it'll take care of itself. You could also use it for like lower back training if you want to do traditional deadlifts, but today we're just focusing on hamstrings. You get a good stretch, you get great contraction, and it just feels really nice, and it changes everything up. And you can quickly adjust on the fly of how far you want to move your hips or anything like that with the mechanics on when you're doing this. So just kind of plug and play, see how it feels for you, and enjoy. That last one is a lot of fun. There's a lot of versatility that you can use that with. You can use that for lower back, you can use it for glutes, or you can use it for hams like we were doing. It all just depends on how you want to set up and what muscles you want to focus on. This style is really unique because you can lock into whatever position you want to be and just basically be a hinge because you're in a fixed range of motion. Really helps you just dial in and just obliterate your hams, get a great stretch, contraction. My hamstrings are roasted. They're so gone. After playing around with these two things, I can say it's definitely effective and it's fun. I'll have to see what other fun exercise setups I can come up with. If you guys have any suggestions, comments, or questions about this, or if you have any recommendations on ones you want me to try, let me know in the comments below. I always read everyone's comments, respond. I appreciate your guys' feedback. And also, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your support. If you liked the video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to stay tuned for more sale.